twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me quite like you. Nobody's gonna love me like you do. K-E-V-D. I'm obsessed with that song. Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to the Review for View podcast. It's me, Avi. Hi. I'm so excited. This is like what, the second episode so far of the year? Like I'm being true to my word, guys. I'm being true to my word. I have a lot of hopes for 2024 when it comes to movies and TVs because the strike is over. So there should be a lot of movies and stuff released. I recently saw a post on TikTok from the 2024 Emmys, I believe, and it was just showing all the stars who died. And I guess they didn't do the Emmys in 2022 because I was looking at it and I was just like, this person died in 2023. And it's like, nah, they died in 2022. And so many people have passed away in these past 2 years. And I'm just like, where has good TV gone? Quinta, save us. Anyways, we're talking Fool Me Once, the new Netflix original limited series. But first, how was y'all day? Because my week was CHAOS, or capital 5 exclamation points. Okay? It snowed here, and I'm all for a trip to see the snow, but no, I am way out of my element. I'm a girl from South Florida, born and raised. I need to hurry up and get out of these cold ass states. It's not for me. And it's so crazy because I was like, you know what? I think once I'm done with my little stint here, I'll settle in Texas. It snows in Texas too. So I'ma just take my little Floridian self back to Florida. I'ma find some county in Florida. I'm just gonna reside there because I can't do this cold, y'all. I can't do this cold. It is like 2019, 18. Like the weather is matching my age. Why are you matching my age? You need to be in the 80s. Like this is not, I'm used to like a Florida weather. People still go to the beach because when it's like when it has that like nice cold and the sun's out, it's just like the perfect like basketed. I'm not loving it here. It snowed on Monday. There was like some snowstorm, quote unquote, and it's supposed to snow again Friday. Um, the snow I had to shovel off my car was killing a girl, and thank God for the Good Samaritan who helped me out this morning to clean the snow off my car. Even though I did get a majority of it, um, him helping helped it go a whole lot faster because the girl still had to go to work one way or another, and the whole roads were icy and stuff. And I wasn't trying to be Speedy Gonzalez on my way to work. I never really am because I do not care. I still get a paycheck one way or another. But anyways, let's get on with this show, right? So the Netflix show Fool Me Once definitely did not fool a sister, but it had me locked, hooked, and baited. To give you some context, the show is about a woman whose husband is recently murdered, and after his death, like a day or two, I don't know, you never know really the timeline in shows unless they like specifically say it or put it in the captions. She sees him on her nanny cam, and she starts spiraling. She goes on this adventure journey trip, whatever you want to call it, but she embarks on this thing to figure out more about her husband's past because something's not adding up. As the show goes on, you learn that this woman is one smart, strong, and fierce woman. Okay, let me say that one more time. She is a smart, strong, and fierce woman. And can I just say, I need to learn that level of British accent. I know like the basic British accent, but I don't really know how to do like a country British accent. I'm more of a like a bit of posh, just a little bit of posh. Like it's very, you're very classy. You sit with your legs crossed. You like tea. You like your crumpet, but not too much because you don't want your teeth to be all cracked and actually look like you're from England. You know, that's the kind of accent I could do. But I liked the accents they were spewing out there. They had that rich white country accent. I need to learn that one. That one was really nice because half the stuff she was saying, I was like sitting there watching it and I was repeating after her. I was like, okay, say it like this. Do your lips like this. Enunciate like this. What? Don't say what. Say what? What? Like it's like they have their mouth forever open while talking. Like that's how it is. Anyways, she is a strong, fierce woman, but she was in the British Army. Um, and after some events that took place. She, was disgraced and she left the military service. But she's like an aviation, I guess, pilot or whatever. So she still teaches that in a way. And she has an old army pal that helps her find out all this information that she's trying to acquire. Every path she takes leads her to something else, like a new person. Hey, do you know who this person is? She's like, I gotta find out more about this person. And it's like, now that you know somewhat more about this person, you need to know about this person. Before I could tell you about this person, do you know this person? Like, it was just a continuous, like, oh my God, how many more people do we need to go look for? It was just utterly crazy, right? And so much happened, and now like I'm reliving it in my head, and I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to give it away because I feel like the show is really good, and I don't want to dive too much into the plot of it because you honestly really have to watch it. It's 8 episodes. It's a limited series, but let's be real, Netflix would drop 10 episodes and call that a series, but I think it's limited because it's just one and done. And it's 8 episodes. It's like an hour long each, and it was worth it. I watched it all on Monday while I was doing my hair, and it was the perfect show for me to watch while doing my hair. I started my hair at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't finish till 11 p.m., and that's because like I would be sitting there watching the show and I need to stop doing my hair. It's like I don't want to do anything. I just want to focus on the show. Like it just makes you want to stop whatever you're doing and just focus on it because the it had a girl hooked. Like I was locked in, y'all. Get in it with it, twin. I was in there. But anyways, what was I saying? She had an old army pal trying to help her find all different information because all these different people kept popping up, and it's like you need to find out what connects this person to that person to that person to this person to that person. You know, she not only wants to know more about her husband, but his family as well. Because, like most old rich white families in these types of movies and TV show, they be up to no good. You know what I mean? One of the detectives that is on the case for her husband's murders, he's having these like random episodes of blacking out. And in one episode, to me, it looks like he was having a stroke, which maybe he was. I don't know because he does go in for some tests eventually. But even before he went for the test, I was like, "Ah, I think he's having like a stroke or something. I don't freaking know. But it's so weird the way they do their cutscenes. It's so weird. It's just like, huh, I'm missing something. Please go back. Please go back. Like you can see one scene in episode 1, and they won't talk about it again until episode 6. It's like, oh my god, oh my god. And I feel like I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna rewatch it again just because it's gonna tie into what I have for next week as well. And I really want to make sure that I'm telling it like it is, y'all, because this show is really good. So I want to see if I watch it again, knowing what I know now. Do I see something different? Sometimes you have to watch shows and movies like that. Like you watch it the first time and it's like, ah, sugar, sugar, and then you watch it the second time and it's like, what? It was in front of our face the whole time. Like you're just like you're shook. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is definitely one of the shows I want to watch again, and I'll explain to you later on in the episode why I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to divulge some more into it. But before I do that, let's get back to this one. Right? He did go in for some tests, and after some convincing, and throughout the show, he learns not everything is what it seems. As a lot of characters learn that it's not always what it seems. Hence the title, "Fool Me Once." What George Bush said? He said in the J. Cole song, he said, fool me once, you can't be fooled again. Fool me twice." He says something, the J. Cole song. I'm not gonna look it up because I don't really care that much. But because that song also mentions freaking Jada Pinkett Smith and Willow, and like once upon a time their love was precious. Now it's just like it's too chaotic. Don't nobody want that. Anyways, we ain't talking about them. This show is a really good show. And I don't want to divulge too much into it because it will really take away from the plot. And I think if you like the mind games that movies and TV shows be playing, you would definitely like the show. And you can't dispel too much about it because unknowingly you're gonna give too much away. I feel like I've already given too much away just talking into this, and we're only a couple of minutes in. Like that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But that's how them TV shows work. That's how it goes. So I don't wanna. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna put duct tape around my mouth. Just anyways. anyways. Um this show definitely so far is definitely one to watch on Netflix. In January, at least, so far since the year started, it has to be one of the top shows right now on Netflix. And it is sitting in the number one spot because, it's just wow. It's up there. So I definitely recommend it. Um if this is how Netflix is starting off with the year, I might go on a little less of my Netflix rants because Netflix sometimes you be advertising, you be advertising me, antagonizing me. That's the word. And it's not it. But Hulu gotta step up the game because now that everything's back in production, I need some more Abbott Elementary. I know Quinta was working during that strike. I know Quinta had some material before that strike, and I know y'all are gonna produce that material because I need some more Abbott Elementary in my life. Okay, I'm not gonna say that again. That's where I'm gonna leave that one. This cast did have a lot of good actors, but one actor stood out among them to me. And that was Maya, who is the protagonist. She's the strong female I'm talking about. She's the widow. Her stepmother, Judith. I saw that old white face and I was like, I know that face, that scowl, like that angry, whatever look you want to call it. I know that resting bitch face from anywhere. And here's the story. When I was a kid, I was scrolling on Netflix before Netflix got all high and mighty and over here want to charge people all these oops amounts to change and act like they actually producing something when they really don't got nothing under their belt because they don't be releasing nothing like that. But we gonna start over new this year, okay? I'm starting over new with people, okay? It's not new year, new me. It's new year, new you to me because you go back to your old ways. Promise you. It ain't nothing good. Okay. Anyway, I found this show called Absolutely Fabulous, or sometimes it was called AbFab. And this show was a British show that starred Jennifer Saunders, or some might know her as the fairy godmother from Shrek 2, my favorite of all time. My favorite Shrek of all time. I don't think I actually have a favorite cartoon. And if I did, I don't know, maybe Hercules. But anyways, and Joanne Lumley, who plays Judith. Both of these ladies are so freaking funny. And I think that's where my love of the British accent comes from, or at least started, because I found that show. Pretty Adele was already relevant. This show is from like the 90s, 80s though, so it was quite an old show because I wasn't alive. Obviously, I've only been alive in the 21st century, and I was already like obsessed with Adele. So then when I found this show, I was just like, "Oh, think I'm gonna talk like this? Think I'm talking like what? You fancy a smoke? Think I'm like, huh? What? Quiet, And I think that's where it all started from, and I just loved it. It was just everything to me. Those were the days when I would literally rummage Netflix and just find things to watch because it's just like, well, what's on Netflix to watch today? Back when Netflix had like a really good broad category. Now, not so much. You just have a whole bunch of Netflix originals that have yet to see another season, that have yet to be renewed, that have yet to be canceled, and it's just like, and then the ones that don't need to be canceled get canceled. Maybe you won't start a new Netflix. Maybe you need to prove yourself before we can start over anew. Let's do that. Netflix need to prove himself before we can start over anew. Okay. Um, that's that's where we gonna leave that. But anyways, I was obsessed with the British accent when I was a kid. Plus, you had like Nicki Minaj when she was still in her like curly crazy wigs, and she would do the British accent. And in the music video, like "Moment for Life," like Martha, she's like, "It's Martha." You're crazy, godmother. I love you. Like when Nicki did her accents, like I became obsessed with accents because I'm just like, Nicki Minaj seems so cool. Like if she could do accents and have personas, so can I. So like that's her like my love of like not acting, because no way am I an actor or try to act or be any type of fake for entertainment or anything like that. But my love of like voice changes. I can talk like this, and nobody would ever know it's me. Like that's just what I do. I like it. I like it a lot. Stuff like that. I always thought I could be a voice actor. Maybe not. I don't know. I would have to drink a lot of tea because I do use my voice a lot. I strain my voice a lot. Sometimes I'm yelling, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm whispering, sometimes it's just like me 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 me, you know what I mean? But that's where like the love of it came from. And then it's like we're in America and Americans speak English, and it's like why wouldn't you want to speak, English? Like I'm British, have a little British accent, speak the Queen's English, the King's English, you know what I mean? And I was like stuff like that. And I just like who didn't want to speak with an accent? And I have my friends, we have our moments where we speak in our British or Australian. I can't do an Australian accent necessarily, but I know somebody who can. She could do a killer Australian accent. Um but if you want to check out this show, it's called Absolutely Fabulous. And actually on Tubi, shocking because I'm not a fan of Tubi. You can't convince me, guys. I'm not paying for another subscription service. I don't want anything to do with Tubi. When my friend showed me one of the Tubi movies, she's like, that's not all that's on Tubi, though. Like, yeah, the movie's stupid, but that's not. I don't care. I don't care. That summed it up enough for me to know that I'm good. I do not want to be on this low budget Netflix slash Hulu. I'm perfectly fine with the subscription service that I got right now. And we're going to keep it at that. You know what I mean? If you're just like me and you're not a fan of Tubi, you can also find it on Hulu and Amazon Prime. They even made my bad. They even made a movie for it in the golden year that is 2016. 2016, can I just say, pause for a moment, sidetrack off the podcast. 2016, I just feel like so many good things, like just wild things are happening that year. 2016, I was like 15 years old, 15, 14, depending on what time of the year you're looking at, but majority 15 because my birthday's in March. And I don't know, I feel like 2016 just had a lot of good memories, got a lot of good vibes on the internet. And I feel like a lot of people lately on the internet, especially like TikTok, are starting to be like, you remember this, you remember that. Like, it's like they're bringing up like 2012, 2016, 2013. Like, they're bringing up that era. Like from like 2012 to 20, we'll say 16, 17. They're like bringing that up because like that was a time. Like, I was a teenager during that time, and I remember a lot of trends and stuff and the dances and the music. And it was like, oh, okay. Another thing that I keep seeing that I never realized at the time was like EDM music, like the do 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 do. That music was like a lot. Like Rihanna has songs like that. Nicki, some other stars I can't remember their names. Those were the only two that came to my mind. It was just like, oh my god, like that's a lot. Like I don't know why. Like since this year has started, there's been so much reminiscing, and I don't think I've ever reminisced so much. And we're only like halfway through the month, literally halfway through the month. It's the middle of the week in January. And it's like crazy how people are like reminiscing. But it's like everybody reminisce, but like this time, like the reminiscing is like reminiscing very, very hard. Okay. Um, Sorry, I had to just mention that because like 2016. Anyways, plus 2016 was a leap year. 2020 was a leap year, and 2024 is a leap year. And I guess a lot of stuff happened in them years. Obviously, I know about 2020. I don't remember what happened in 2016 or 2012. I think 2012 people were like, the world's gonna end, the world's gonna end. One of those years, some people were like that. So I mean, I have high hopes for this leap year to be a very exceptional leap year, unlike the following ones that have came through. Whatever. Um, they made what I could tell you about the show is that it does not mess with your mind. But Markeisha, who recommended it to me, Marky Mark, he said it messes with your mind, kind of in a way. I don't think it does. Like it does and it doesn't. If you don't dive too far into the plot, but yet don't get so like lost, like, huh, what? I don't understand. Like you'll understand it. It's nothing like the movie Tenet. And a part of me thought it would be like that movie. If you don't know that movie, let me give you some context. That movie was definitely mind boggling. And I remember a friend of mine said a lot of people have to watch it multiple times to understand it. And I 100% watched that movie the first time. My bad, I'm messing up my words. I would 100% watch that movie again. Even though I did get it right the first time, I would watch it because it was just so like, what is going on? And it's like, oh, I think I understand. I think I understand. I lost it. I lost it. I lost it. And like you're like completely and utterly lost the entire movie. It's just messing with your brain. And in the last like couple of seconds, minutes ish of the film, it finally makes sense because it all ties back in a weird, unexplainable way. And it's just wow. If you've never seen Tenet, which I highly recommend, it is on Hulu and Amazon Prime as well, but you do have to pay extra, buddy. It's not free on them subscriptions, so I would definitely check it out. This show, Fool Me Once, was definitely one for the books. I'm gonna say if I had to rate this show, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because a 10 out of 10 is doing too much. Like let's let off let's lift our foot up a little bit and let's not do too much. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I love the characters. I love the plot. I love everything. Did I like the way it ended? Yes and no. So I think that's where the 9 out of 10 comes from. But other than that, everything was like so meticulously placed, just like mwah, chef kisses all around. All around. Next week, because this show really had your girl locked in, I'm gonna watch another limited series on Netflix called Stay Close. However, this series came back out in 2021. The same author who wrote Fool for Me Once, because it was originally a book, is the same one who did it for this show, which was also originally a book. We're gonna do a little compare and contrast. You know what I mean? See like what this author style is, the directors and producers. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not the same, but like, let's see what's mixing in the pot. What's going on in the cauldron. You know what I mean? Welcome to English 101, and I'm your Professor Avi. So I'm really excited. It looks a little interesting. We're gonna see what happens, darling. If you've watched it, I don't know what to tell you. Don't tell me nothing about it because I really don't. I do and I don't. I'm a type of person like you could tell me about a show, but don't tell me. If you tell me enough, I might be hooked. But if you tell me too much, I'm gonna be like, I already know it. I already know it, so I don't even want to watch it. Kind of like Blacklist. Like I already know what happens, so it's like I don't want to watch it. I'm good. And the part of Blacklist that I stopped at is kind of just stalling, and it's like I want to see the action. Get on with it. Get on with it. And it doesn't get on with it, so I stopped watching that show. You know what I mean? That's just me, guys. That's just me. Anyways, before I close out today's show, I just have one question that I want to leave with y'all. And some people are gonna be like, "Why are you asking this question? Do you do this? What's wrong with you? Like, are you?" No, shut up. Have y'all ever known someone to use 20 pairs of drawers in a week? Please, for the love of my sweet Savior, Lord Jesus. I don't know y'all religion, so I ain't gonna preach that on you. Please answer this question. Please answer it one more time. Have y'all ever known someone who used 20 pairs of drawers in a week? I am just asking for a friend because look. What I tell you, I better wake up tomorrow with not a 6 pack, but an 8 pack because I've been laughing entirely too hard, too much today, and I didn't even have that good day of a work day today. I didn't even have that good of a work day today. I was dying at work, but look at the night ending beautifully. Anyways, as always, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to the Review for Views podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe down below to keep up with the views, and feel free to show some love or hate by commenting as well. And one more thing, I completely forgot. Shout out to Mark. Thank you once again for coming through with the recommendation. I think this is like his third or fourth recommendation. Marky Mark recently turned 20 something. I don't freaking know. I don't be honest. His birthday was on January 15th. He had the same birthday as MLK, so I guess he must share a dream as well. So shout out to Markeisha, and as always, happy listening, y'all.